You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show, a decade of interviewing guests from our community right here in Swale and keeping you up to date with things that might be of interest or of use to you. Now it's time for our regular interview with the local police force. Thank you very much for joining us once again on the phone. If you could just introduce yourself to our listeners and then go on to cover the subjects you'd like to cover for this time.
I'm Chief Inspector Paul Anderson from Kent Police, and I'm District Commander for Swale, which includes the Isle of Sheppey. This week, would like to talk to you about what's happening on the area, a bit of crime advice, crime prevention advice, and obviously making sure everybody stays safe. Particularly relevant to the island, we've been running Operation Paris for the summer months. That involves high visibility patrol of the various hotspots on the island, along the Lees, over at Laysdown, and obviously in Sheerness. We've had some really good results about moving people on, particularly around vehicles and controlled zones in crossings for safety. We've also visited lots of licensed premises in the area, in the Laysdown area, and you'll see in the local papers that we've been addressing problems with some of those premises and have gone to committee at Swale Borough Council in regard to Merlin's, which has been successful, and we've made some modifications that hopefully will allow drinking there to be a little safer. You'll be aware last month that we did a similar thing with Talk of the Town. So I'd like to think this summer that certainly in the Laysdown area, we've made it a safer place to be and socialise, and that it's a safe place for families to visit on their holidays. We know that the population increases by some extra few thousand, and we've had much less antisocial behaviour and drink-related violence there as a result.
So have you got any other safety or security tips, especially around cars and obviously people having their windows open at the moment with the warm weather?
Yeah, absolutely, Daniel. Unfortunately, I walk in this morning and go through what came in over the weekend. In fact, I started it last night, and yet again, I've got things stolen from cars, from insecure cars, in fact, and for want of a better phrase, people just aren't taking responsibility for what's in their vehicles. So firstly, there were 5 passports stolen for a car in the area over the weekend. And I'm still finding cars that are not only, valuable items left inside, but they have been left unlocked. And that is the biggest issue for us. I just read a couple: insecure tool bag from a Ford Transit, fleece, docklight and tubing from an insecure Audi, an insecure Ford Focus, and they say 5 passports taken from another car in the area. So, even the more modern cars, people are not pressing their bleeper. They're not making sure the cars are locked. And again, it's a bit of a harsh lesson from a momentary lapse. And I've been a victim myself. I think I've said earlier, in earlier broadcasts, left my car open and lost quite a decent a fleece coat at the time. So, even I can get caught out. And again, the picture for burglaries across the area is generally good, as much as there are less than there were last year. However, as you say, with the hot weather, with windows being left open and doors and gates left open, perhaps the garden, nobody's out in the garden, you must think about security of your home. You've got to make it harder for the burglars, for the thieves to choose your premises as opposed to another one. And so I think, downstairs, windows locked and shut, upstairs windows obviously open if you can and you think that's secure. And again, take time to mark your property. And I've got sheds full of property here at the police station, very much of which I can't identify and return to the owner. And again, that makes it harder for me to prosecute those that I catch. So my top tips then: lock your car, make sure your house is secure even when you're there, but perhaps out in the garden. And again, property marking. It's all on our website. It gives you some really good tips, and I think there's even packs that we give away for that. So, Daniel, that's all I can offer this month.
No, that's really good, and I'd like to thank you as always for taking the time out to talk to us and let our listeners know what's happening, and as always giving them some useful advice as well.